How you doing, people? Welcome to Let's Get Stringing. What I have with me today is a racket I've been wanting to buy for a long time off of eBay, and I still haven't. There's a lot of people selling from Japan, and they're not easy to find for a good price here in the States. I think Wilson should bring it back, this racket. What do you think? And my understanding is that a lot of the WTA players have used or are currently using this racket, and I have them listed here. And there's a thread that's been going on for 2 or 3 years on the Tennis Warehouse forum that you can check it out. And let's get stringing, people. I just want to point out how much of a privilege it is for me to come across with this racket that I have here. It's the Wilson Stream 100 BLX. The last couple of years I came across a Talk Tennis forum, Tennis Warehouse forum regarding this racket, and it was pointed out that there are so many top ranked WTA players that are supposedly using this Wilson Steam 100, the Steam 100 or the Steam 99 in one form or another. And within the last few years, people have posted close-up pictures of the players using this racket to prove that it is indeed with either this actual racket, or actually most of them have what appears to be the current Wilson blade model, mostly in the version 7 or version 8 blade models. As you all know, the V7 have kind of grayish and the bluish mixture coloration on the hoop, whereas the V8 those are the brown and dark blue mixture of colors, and it's translucent, or whatchamacallit. I'll try and upload a picture here somewhere. I used to own the Wilson Prolapse Blade Pro model in both the 16x19 as well as the 18x20 patterns, and I had to sell them all because their swing weights average above 335 units, and they were all too heavy for me to swing, so I had to sell them. But I think they're all box beans like this one, and in constant beans, and the bean shape on the throat is more box-like, without it's not the aerodynamic shape. And the box beans are offered a more classic feel with more stable plow through and more solid feel upon contact. So you can, as long as you have the strength to swing it, you can produce some heavy shots with this type of racket design, and not to mention the superior control on the shots. So the giveaway that I was able to find out from the threads on Talk Tennis is with these 4 white grommet holes as shown. These 4 white grommets, even with the blade paint jobs shown on many pictures, once you zoom in, you can tell that they left the white grommets in place as opposed to the rest of the grommets being black. I don't know why they did that. I mean, maybe that's did it for people to be able to tell. Other than actual shape, people can easily tell that it's not the actual blade under the paint job, because the current blades, they all have uniform grommet colors. They're all black without the 4 white grommets like the Steams. So in a nutshell, they've shown pictures or talked about the current W players who supposedly at one time or another have used the blade paint job with an actual racket being the Steam underneath.
Tsitsipas' girlfriend.
They're Paula Badoza and Svitolina, the Ukrainian who recently married a French player, Gael Monfils, Ostapenko, Emma Raducanu, Anisimova, American-Russian player, another Ukrainian player, Kostyuk, and Martic. Forgot what her first name is. and the Brazilian Haddad. They're all top-ranked WTA players. I'm not sure why they all find this Wilson Steam racket so, good for their game. Whether or not they all started playing as juniors in the same era and the Steam was popular at the time, I'm not sure. I didn't start to follow this model before, let's say, 5 years ago. I wasn't aware of this correlation until I read the forum. So I just want to go over the unstrung specs that are published. It's printed on the frame here. It's kind of hard to read, as well as information I can find on the internet. The unstrung weight is 295 grams. So right there is a giveaway of why female players would find this racket to their liking. It's 5 grams lighter than the standard 300 grams, so it gives them more room to customize. Lighter rackets have better maneuverability, faster racket head speed, all else being equal. This balance of 4 points headlight is actually the strung balance after it's been strung, because I just verified it's actually printed on the throat. What's printed on the throat is actually 8 points headlight. So usually with this balance, it offers a pretty powerful punch. I used to play in the 7 to 11 or 2 points headlight range. I remember my Wilson Clash Pro was around 11 or 12 points headlight. It's very easy to bring the head through because a lot of the weight is concentrated in the handle. Whereas with this balance, it's considered pretty head heavy already. Although I find that to be a trend of a lot of the modern frames. They're around the 5 points or 6 points headlight. That seems to be the average sweet spot, even including the ATP players as well. As opposed to in the olden days, a lot more people play with rackets that are much heavier and even more headlight than this. The swing weight, that's also the strung swing weight of 311. That is pretty easy for even for me to swing. So for a WTA pro player at that swing weight, I'm sure it gives them a lot of room to customize by adding more lead either up top at 12 o'clock or down at 3 and 9 positions. So they can do a lot of customization and tweaks at that swing weight. And it's constant beam. It's a standard 23 millimeter constant beam all throughout. And it's box beam design. So with this racket, before I strung it up, I decided to just take a unstrung weight and swing weight measurement. What I got was 297 grams unstrung without the 5 gram overgrip. Considering how different tennis racket makers QC can vary a lot, I find that the Yonex has the best QC compared to Wilson's and Heads. So the expected strung weight, adding 18 grams worth of poly strings, that's what I estimate to be the weight of the poly. The expected weight would be 315 grams. Of course, after I string it, I'll have to verify that, remeasure everything. The unstrung swing weight, I just measured it to be 279 units. And usually the swing weight between unstrung and strung is about 30 units, give or take, plus minus, depending on the thickness or gauge of the string. So if you add 30 units to that, you get the expected swing weight to be 309 units. Compared to what's published, 311, that's 2 units under, that's perfectly acceptable. Even if you buy, 2 or 3 rackets at the same time from a seller, the swing weight could very well vary by a few units, unless you pay extra to have them matched, or have the seller pick out from, say, 10 different rackets and pick out the closest ones. So I'm not sure why all these top-ranked WTA players favor this racket a lot. So in the Talk Tennis thread, a lot of people give their opinions and supporting facts. However, I think so. This customer, well, got to be more first, than one reason this for is Steam so 100 BLX. The unstrung weight is 295 gram. Please let me know. The strung swing weight is about 310 with 4-point headlight. Get a hitting and today with a racket like my guy is going with Lynx Tour. And I do hope that Wilson what's this color? Back this racket, bright orange, and if in the 17 gauge, and we'll be doing 52 pounds full bed unstrung. So let's get the stringing started. A lot of WTA players currently playing with the current version of what looks like the current version of the Wilson blade. So a lot of them play from the head first. With this Wilson blade paint job, and it's actually the steam underneath. This has got to be good reason to support why they like this racket so much to continue using it. So if you know what the reason is, feel free to put it below or comment below or what's your take. So since the racket has four, forgot to look up the flex of this racket. Usually rackets from a few years ago, the stiffness should be a lot higher. So the flex rating, the flex number value is higher. This grommet has skips at 7 and 9, both top and bottom, skipping the 7th and 9th holes. So this is the 6th string. So for the 7th string, we'll skip the 7th grommet hole. I'll skip the 7th grommet hole at the top as well as at the bottom. This is I'm not sure if I said it was 16 by 19 string pattern. It's actually 16 by 20, has one extra cross. So I hope I won't run short when I string the crosses, because I did not consider that, so I simply cut this pack of 40-foot long length strings by half. If I run short on the crosses, I could simply use a bridge along with my trusted starting clamp. Okay, we're done with the 7th string, and for the 8th string, we're skipping the 9th grommet hole and going into the 10th. Same thing for top and bottom. And I've added extra 10% tie-off knot tension. Again, added 10% tie-off knot tension for this side. And before I go, to the crosses.
Let's tie the first string off with extra 10% tension added. Oh boy. Let's straighten out these strings a little bit. Still pre-weave the last string. Down to the last string. As it turned out, I have plenty of strings left. For the last string, we're pulling at 10% more tie-off tension. before I pull it. I'm gonna check for any mistakes I might have made. Hopefully not.